you ever heard of the saying, a woman becomes a mother once she conceives, and a man becomes a father once he sees his baby? Well, I know from experience that when a woman sees her baby for the first time, it is even more emotional and breathtaking than when she found out she was pregnant. This is what took my breath away. Once I saw him for the first time, it was love at first sight. This is my son, Nicholas. He is about 1.5 years old now, and he is the reason I have found motherhood culture. Throughout this first year with him, I have seen the good, the bad, and the ugly motherhood culture brings. Today, I would like to be able to discuss how a sonogram is used, as well as how important this is to society, to motherhood culture, and how motherhood culture is important to society, and how becoming a mother has changed me. So first, how it's used. At 13 weeks, your doctor will call you and tell you to come in for an ultrasound checkup. Now, this checkup isn't like any normal checkup. It may even be at a different part of the hospital or a different wing like mine was. And once you're in the room, they ask you to lie down, and they'll put all this goo all over your belly, and the sonographer is able to bring up a picture on the ultrasound machine. And once they print it out, it is now called a sonogram. And then they allow this to go home with you. Yeah, they allow this strictly for sentimental value because there really is no medical reason for you to keep it. But this right here does jumpstart everything a woman or a mother has to plan for. For example, it's used to make up a nursery because now you may know the sex of the baby. You could use it to reveal a pregnancy to others by just showing the picture. You can also be able to start planning your baby shower and or gender reveal party. Either or, it is yours to be able to commemorate the moment. So this is important to motherhood culture because it's the one memory or moment where you can be able to hold on to where they had told you the baby is healthy and on schedule, and there's tons of creative ways to be able to showcase this. For example, I used the picture on mugs, but I've also seen it printed out on Christmas ornaments or even on shirts. This one time I saw a woman wearing a shirt with the sonogram picture right at her belly, so it kind of looks like you were looking directly at the baby. It was pretty cute. So now let's talk about how important motherhood culture is to society. I think it's safe to say that most of you, if not all, would agree with me that motherhood culture is probably the most important thing in the world. Because without mothers, we wouldn't be alive. Mothers can give life, nurture, and protect it. Without them, we wouldn't be eating, breathing, or anything. But I do understand that mothers aren't the only one who create life. It's a two-way street, but truly they are creating the life within those 9 months, and really there is no comparison to the work she does. She is our first everything. She is our first teacher, friend. She is there for us when we need her, and maybe even when we think we don't need her, and never asks for anything in return. She helps us live better lives and is probably the most important relationship growing up, and in turn is the reason we are who we are in our adult life. If children shape the future, as they say, then surely mothers are the artists that mold us. Now on to my last point, how motherhood culture affected me. It's strange to think how much I've changed in just 1 year. I'm definitely not the same person I was before meeting him. I have had a lot of physical, mental, and day-to-day changes. First, the mental. Viviana from our class once mentioned that the body changes aren't exactly discussed enough, and I'm going to guess it is probably due to embarrassment. At least that's how it was for me. I've been very embarrassed about all the body changes that have happened, and it has been a struggle dealing with them. Like the stretch marks. They've popped up everywhere, not just my stomach. My stomach itself still feels like it's hanging off of me. And since my pregnancy, I've lost a lot of my hair. And what was left felt like straw. And this change probably saddened me the most because I was pretty proud of how my hair was before. But there was also some really good changes. For instance, mentally. Mentally, I'm sure I am the strongest I've ever been in my life. I have learned acceptance, patience, and understanding. Acceptance because even though I may not have liked what I saw in the mirror, I accepted that this is me and I'm okay with that. Patience, because you need a lot of patience with your little one, with all the crying and plain old neediness. And understanding, because like all babies, they can't communicate, they can't tell me or tell you what's wrong. So there's many times where you have to comprehend his emotions or his baby talk. And it's a skill you end up picking up pretty quickly. And the day-to-day changes. Day-to-day, the biggest one, for instance, would be time. You forfeit a lot of time with others and yourself. Now, not that I'm complaining. I understand, or you think you try to prepare for that fact, but caring for a child really doesn't leave a lot of room for work, school, family, or even yourself. But as he gets older, you start to get the hang of things and become like the greatest multitasker. With all that said, I am still very happy to have gone through all this, and it definitely is worth it. This is worth it. In conclusion, what I would like for you all to remember is how important this artifact is to a mother, how it brings us excitement and clarity for this new life you bring in, how motherhood culture is important to society, for a mother is an artist, and how motherhood is worth all the pain and crazy changes that come with it. This sonogram right here brings a whole new meaning to the phrase, a woman becomes a mother when she conceives. It may be right about that, but seeing this for the first time, there's nothing like it.